Hello, everybody. We're here. I'm Chris Hall. This is John May. And we're here to do some NFL Week One bet picks and future picks. You
All
want to
right,
start, John?
let's get into the futures first. Kind of a risky proposition, some of them, but I think I'll take at least one of these. Not sure which one yet, but just a fun little flyer on one of these. And go, let's see, MVP. So best value play here is Trevor Lawrence. The big year last year, throwing for 25 touchdowns, running for five more to go along with 4,000 passing yards. 4,000 passing yards and almost 300 rushing yards. Adding a dynamic receiver like Calvin Ridley, I think he's going to put up a monster year and go even bigger. He's available at around 15 plus 1,500 on most apps. You can go Joe Burrow or Mahomes for kind of the more likely pick, but plus 600, plus 700 still a risky play. You want some good value, go Trevor Lawrence at plus 1,500 for MVP.
And I think now that they got Urban Meyer out of there, he'll play a lot better.
Yeah, they won a playoff game with Doug Peterson, but throw Calvin Ridley in the mix, I think he might take off.
Yeah, get some better leadership. I got Joe Burrow at plus 700 on DraftKings. He hurt his leg in training camp, but every year he gets hurt, he comes back better than ever. He's going to come back, and I think he's going to get slinging. We got better. The Bengals got better weapons. They upgraded that offensive line. I mean, he was close to the MVP last year or the year before, too. So, I mean, he's coming back. Plus 700 on DraftKings is Joe Burrow MVP.
Yeah, and out Orlando Brown in the mix. His left side should be better protected, too.
Yeah.
All right, going into a divisional pick, one that I think you're going to get the best value on is the AFC North. Bengals improved their offensive line with Orlando Brown, like I just said, and they're available at plus 150 or better. I think everyone are counting on the healthy Ravens with Lamar Jackson, but I don't see many teams be able to contain the Bengals' electric offense. You're not going to find a better value than plus 150. Some people like the Saints or something like that, but I think it's too tough to tell how Derek Carr is going to mix over there, and all the other kind of sure picks that people think are out there are south of the plus 100 and minus. You're not getting much value on them, but Bengals are going to win 12 or more games and run away with that division. I think they're the best value to win a division. And then another divisional pick, kind of a little bit of a flyer, but it's worth a shot at plus 300. The AFC East, Miami Dolphins. Now the big risk here is Tua's health, so I wouldn't recommend laying much here, but for a little small flyer, if Tua can stay healthy, I think that offense is going to be tough to contain. And they're going to chuck it around at Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, run the ball with Mostert and Jeff Wilson. I think it's going to be tough to contain a bit on a weekly basis. And if you're willing to take a flyer, it might pay off for you.
It's Tua time.
Yeah.
I have the Packers winning the division. I think Jordan Love is going to come out swinging. He's got something to prove. It's his year. He's got that. He's got his love to show. He's got the love for Green Bay, for the cheese and the team, the city of Wisconsin, the city of Green Bay, and they got that heart and that fire. Now that everybody was so angry at Aaron Rodgers and blamed him for everything. He was just upset at the situation and just wanted out of there. He got out, and now they have love. I mean. Now I think he's gonna. I got Packers at plus 400 on DraftKings to win the division, and I think they can do it.
How can you argue with going all in on Love? I mean, many
Right?
people.
It's all about love. Got to show the love.
Good life philosophy too.
I agree. Just show the love.
All right, playoffs, yes or no? There's one team I kind of thought there's some value on here is the Steelers at plus 130. A lot of people don't really like Kenny Pickett. They're not really sold on him. But I think the Steelers always with Mike Tomlin have found a way to kind of be right on the cusp of the playoffs, even when they've missed. So, I think they filled some of those holes, and I think they're just going to be they're always got that team concept that kind of the team finds a way to gel together and get them right around 9 or 10 wins. So I think at plus 130, you're going to get decent value on the Steelers. Plus, I think their schedule kind of shapes out favorably, playing the AFC South and the NFC West, and then the Packers and the Raiders.
Yeah, and I always hear Mike Tomlin talk about when he's on the Pat McAfee show about how they have that college mentality, and it's the spirit of Pittsburgh and that team, and he gets them going.
Yeah, so I don't think it really matters to them. But maybe they're not going to have a dynamic offense or anything or shutdown defense, but I think it'll win a lot of games 24-17, 24-21. 27-24, some of those grinded out games that they just
It's just
outplay you in the fourth quarter to come up with a win.
yeah. I have the Lions to win the division. I think they got that heart, the spirit, that line, that Dan Campbell. I believe in Dan Campbell. He's such a dude's dude. I got 165 on DraftKings. I believe in them. They're hard knocks last year. They were just starting out rough. They got it this year.
We just
They
you just
got
picked the Packers to win the division, so Lions to
to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Make the playoffs. But I think Packers can
take
win
the
the division, but I think the Lions will take them down in the playoffs.
Lions get a wild card and go into Lambeau and win.
Exactly. I root for the Lions. I root for that Detroit team. They deserve it.
Yeah.
After that curse of Calvin Johnson, what they did to him, just pay the man his money. Like it's that curse. Like they deserve it.
All right, if you're gonna take someone to win it all, I recommend the Jags. Like I said, with Trevor Lawrence having a big year, then you can grab them at plus 3,000. So you want to take like $3, your $3 could turn into a whole. I'm not gonna do the math right here, but your $3 could turn into a whole bunch of money. If you take a fly on the Jags to win it all, and then they have a big year. You can get the Bengals or Chiefs for a little bit better value, or even the Eagles or 49ers, but odds of either of them even doing it are low. So if you want to really look for some value here, go with the Jaguars.
I have Kansas City winning the Super Bowl, even though I don't want to say it, I don't want to think it, but I have them plus 600 on DraftKings. Shout out to my friend Derek, who lives in KC. Big KC fan. I think they're going to do it. They have Mahomes. They got the team around them. That team, the way it is, it's just once they get going, man, I just don't know. Like, I have my teams that I root for, but I feel like they could do it. They're plus 600 on DraftKings.
Back to back. Hasn't been done in a while.
But yeah, I just, I think they could.
All right, let's go through week one.
All right. Now we're going to get into week one here. Let's start out. We got Detroit Lions and Kansas City Chiefs.
All right. What's the spread?
Plus 6.5.
Chiefs will win by a touchdown or more. Chiefs to cover that spread.
You got Chiefs to cover?
Yeah.
I'll take Lions.
Oh, Lions to keep it close. Lions outright or keep it close?
Keep it close.
Keep it close. Lions to cover 6.5.
Yeah. I think they're going to come out. Dan Campbell's going to get them roaring. They're going to come out roaring from the safari. They're ready to take down the leaders.
In Kansas City, no less. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I believe in the heart of the Lion.
Bold pick, especially with, I think, both running backs. DeAndre Swift somewhere else, and so is Jamal Williams. So, bold pick.
Right.
I think they'll struggle a little bit week one, transitioning to who different running backs.
And then we have
Chiefs.
Yeah. And then we have Carolina Panthers and Falcons at 3.5.
Oh, I think the Falcons are going to crush the Panthers. Give me the Falcons to cover here. I think Ritter's ready to go. Played a little bit as a rookie. Bijan Robinson's going to be a monster as a rookie. I think Bryce Young is going to struggle to figure out an NFL defense in the first week. Falcons cover this.
I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to have to, I got to go with my UC alumni brother, and then with the Falcons there, I think they're going to do it. Carolina's, I don't think they're going to come out very organized. They're get it together.
Yeah, it might get better as the year goes along, but week one's not going to be Bryce Young's week.
No. Then we got Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns at 2.5.
I say stay away from this one. Rooting for the Bengals, and I hope they win, but it almost seems like the Bengals could be in a trap game, week one. I wouldn't take it. Deshaun Watson, things might click week one. Bengals might drop this one. I wouldn't recommend any action on this one, even though I think the Bengals likely win. I just think it's a risk. Browns might come out and
you
play
never
well
know.
and grab one the first week, and then the Bengals really get going like they did last year after a slow start.
I would agree with that. I would have to go with my co-host here and stay away from that game. At 2.5, that's not something you want to. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game, and Browns might snag it, even though the Browns aren't going to be a better team. Kind of one of those rivalry games, and
Ex-
maybe Joe Burrow not practicing. They start out a little slow out the gate, and
Right. With Burrow not practicing and then Deshaun coming off of like everything he's had to deal with, he's gonna want to like be like, all right, let's go division game.
yeah,
Like he's has something to unfortunately has something to prove to everybody. Like, look, I still got it. Like he's been out for a while. Not saying he's gonna be good or bad, but like he's got a fire that he's gonna wanna who knows how it's gonna go.
yeah, just stay away. I think the second game, the the Bengals will definitely take from the Browns, but this one's just tricky with it being the first week and Watson having something to prove, and Bengals kind of know the season's a marathon, not a sprint. Been there, done that. Maybe they start out a little slow and drop this one, even though don't think they will. It's just kind of risky to take them.
Yeah. Then we got Jaguars and Colts at 5 and
Oh,
4.5
Jaguars are
on.
gonna crush them. Colts with the rookie QB and
Really?
no Jonathan Taylor. Even if this goes a little higher, which it probably will, I would still take them all the way up to I think 8 or 9. I think the Jaguars will cover it.
Oh wow. I'm going with the Colts.
Colts, wow, taking the rookie QB.
I'm taking the rookie QB. I think I'm gonna take the Colts at the lowest you can go. I would snag them now at 4.5 on FanDuel and MGM and some other apps, but they are 5 on other places at Sportsbook, Caesars. But I'm going with
Yeah,
the
5
Colts.
doesn't really give you anything because you still need well, 5 you'd get a 4.5. Yeah, the 4.5 a 5 Jaguars win, you still get it. So take the
Yeah,
4.5 if you can.
yeah. But I think the Colts are gonna do it. They got that young spirit. They got Jim Irsay. They can do it. The young QB, I think he's good. He's good. He's a good dude. He's a good QB. I think they can do
Yeah,
it.
I think it'll be good, but it's a little rough game for a rookie.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'll eat my words if they get crushed, but all right. And then we got Tampa Bay versus Minnesota at 6,
6.
+6 for
Minnesota,
Tampa Bay.
Bay. Huh.
I'm going with the Vikings. The Vikings are going to crush them, I think.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are going to crush them too. I don't like Baker Mayfield as a starting QB against the Vikings defense, and
I don't believe in Baker Mayfield with after like them taking Tom away and retiring, and then Baker's in there now. I just don't see how well that's gonna go. And the Vikings are Kirk. I like Kirk Cousins, and I think Kirk is a good QB. Like he can go the distance. It's Kirk's time.
yeah, Justin Jefferson's still there, T.J.
Exactly.
Hawkins still there. They still got weapons, and
The
I
Vikings
think
are
the Tampa Bay offense is going to struggle so much they're gonna put their defense in difficult spots. Minnesota, I like them at the 6.5 range, but much over 7, I think I would then flip to Tampa Bay. I think it stays close.
right because they struggled last year when they had Tom Brady and he was at the end of his. So now when you have a totally different QB, there's gonna be no way they're gonna totally fail.
Yeah, Minnesota to cover the points here.
And then we got the Titans and New Orleans Saints. Titans are +3.
Titans are the underdogs. Let's see. I take the Saints here. I think the Saints are going to come out. I don't think all the Saints got to do to win here is stop Derrick Henry. Titans don't really have a much of a passing game. Stop Derrick Henry and they can beat him. I think the Saints cover the points here.
And the Saints have a great run defense as well. When you have Cam Jordan and Demario Davis in there, they're going to easily stop that. They had one of the best run defenses the past few years in the league. So stopping Derrick Henry is going to be no problem. So I'd take Saints as well, -3.
Saints take the points. Saints cover the 3.
And then we have San Francisco Niners and the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2.5 for the Niners and -2.5.
Where let's see. Yeah, I like the tough one.
The Niners.
Yeah, Niners cover the points here.
Yeah.
I like the Steelers long term, but I think the Niners are going to cover the points here.
Because they're just going to be. I don't think they got Purdy. They got Mr. Irrelevant. It's their time.
Yeah, and I think that the Kenny Pickett against the defense is good of the Niners. I don't think he's going to fare well.
No,
Some
I think it's
solid
going to be.
defenses later in the year he'll do well, but
I wouldn't be surprised if that goes higher than 2.5.
yeah, probably will. I think people will smash the Niners as the week goes on. But then you might be able to find value on the Steelers if it goes a little much higher.
That's true. Then we have the Cardinals and the Washington Commanders. Commanders are favored at -7.
I think the Cardinals cover here. I think people are overreacting to their throwing in a backup quarterback. And I think they'll keep it close. I think they'll be able to run the ball, and they'll be able to get the ball out to some of the different some different receivers and that sort of thing. But I think James Conner, I think, will be able to run the ball a little bit, and he'll play some defense, and pretty much a rookie QB in Sam Howell for the Commanders. I think 7 is just too high of a number for a non-proven team like the Commanders. Cardinals cover here.
I'm going to take the Commanders at 7. I think they got it, and I think that team, the way they still got the good running game and their defense. Their defense was good last year.
Yeah, I could see it. The Cardinals do look like they're trying to tank, so
Right.
might help them.
I remember that was last year. Everybody was saying that it looked like they were tanking and like they were having trouble with Kyler, and he was too worried about his video games, and everybody was worried about his mindset. So I'm taking the Commanders. All right, and then we have the Houston Texans and Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored at -10.
I'm taking the Texans here. Anything you get to double digits in an NFL game, give me the single digit loss for the Texans. I think CJ Stroud's he's gonna play well enough to keep it single digits, and I think the Texans will be able to contain Lamar Jackson. Single digit win, but Texans cover the points.
I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens because I just don't believe in that Texans team yet, and I don't think they've gotten together since the past few years of everything that's gone on down there. I still think they're a mess. So I think the Ravens are just going to come out and just take them down pretty easily.
Yeah, they very well might. Lamar Jackson might have a field day out there, but 10 points is a lot.
Very true, but I think they're going to cover. Then we have the Green Bay Packers and the Bears. Bears are favored -1.
Give me the Packers money line here. I think Packers win outright. And in that low, you don't even need to go with the points because you can't cover a +1. So Packers money line. I like Packers to win this game. We don't really know what Justin Fields is yet, and I'm all in on Love. I think Love gets it together. He's been doing well, and I think it's kind of a little bit of they embrace the team concept with Rodgers gone of coming together as a team and getting that victory to show one guy doesn't matter as much as everyone thinks he does.
I have to agree with you. I'm going with the Packers, all about the love, showing the love for the team and, the organization around the love and the community of Green Bay and the cheese. I think they're going to beat the Bears.
Heavy dose of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, and now with Love, he's even faster than Rodgers. You can mix in some of those RPOs and really get the offense going.
I mean, Dillon is a monster. Like, he's going to run out there and just crush it. And then Vegas Raiders and the Broncos. The Broncos are favored at 3.5.
Give me the Raiders to win this one. Jimmy G. I like Jimmy G here. Josh Jacobs is back in the mix. Take the Raiders to win outright. Got Jimmy G out there. Josh Jacobs back. They got a defensive line that really gets after the quarterback. I think people are overreacting. Maybe they know Derek Carr. Derek Carr wasn't really much of anything, but Jimmy G just finds a way to win ball games. I think he's going to do that this first week against the Broncos. Raiders outright money line.
I'm gonna have to go with you as well. I just don't. I can't root for Russ and the Broncos. It's nothing against Russ, but I just don't think they're gonna. I don't think them just putting in Sean Payton is gonna just fix that team and make them just the first year like come out and be like amazing. The Raiders still have, like you said, Jimmy G is still a good player. He's still a good quarterback. He's still got it. He's the G man. So I think I would take as well the Raiders to come out and beat down the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to struggle a little bit at first, with the way they get going. Because Sean Payton's a great coach, but it's going to take him a little bit of time to get that clicking and everything. And then we got the Eagles and the Patriots. Eagles are favored at -4.
Eagles cover this. I think the Patriots don't quite have it together yet. Zeke was a nice little ad, but I just don't think they quite have the defense to contain the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to put up too many points for the Patriots offense to keep up. Eagles to cover.
That's what I'm going with you there too. I think the Patriots aren't going to come. I mean, I think the Patriots are going to be a good team, but I think the Eagles are still, they got it. They're still that high flying team. Jalen Hurts is a beast. Like that team is clicking on all cylinders last year. They should have won that Super Bowl, but so I would take them, the Eagles, -4. We have the Dolphins and the Chargers. Chargers are at -3.
Give me the Dolphins to win this one outright. Dolphins money line here. I like the Dolphins. Tua's healthy week 1. As long as Tua plays the whole game here, I think which he more than likely will. They'll set up some ways to keep him upright and get him rolling out to his left since he's left-handed. Get him rolling out, throwing the ball, get some extra protection for him, and Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. They got some running backs. Not really buying the hype on Herbert as much as he chucks the ball around. He'll throw for a bunch of yards, but he hasn't really, after that playoff choke against the against the Jaguars last year. Chargers choked against the Jaguars. I think they should have fired their coach then, but I think they're going to struggle with the Dolphins here to keep up points wise, and I think the Dolphins win the game on the road.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. I got a soft spot for Tua and the Dolphins and the way they treated him before when they drafted him and the way things went on there. It's Tua time. He's a good player. He's got it. It's time for them to unleash it. He's got Tyreek Hill. The way they were last year, they clicked. And so I think they're going to come out and beat the Chargers. Justin Herbert's good, but like you said, I don't think they're going to be able to beat them week 1, the Dolphins.
Yeah, they're on fire when Tua was healthy last year. It was only when he got hurt.
Yeah.
Couldn't come back. They still made the playoffs because of how good they started, but
exactly.
Tua got hurt and couldn't stay healthy. That's when they started going downhill.
Then we have the Rams and the Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored at -5.
I like the Rams to cover this. I think the Seahawks may very well win, but 5 points when Rams come back and they're going to have a healthy Stafford. They're going to have Cooper. As long as Cooper Kupp plays, I think the Rams will win. If Cooper Kupp can't go, because I know he's battling some injuries, then I think if right when that Cooper Kupp news drops, if it drops he's not playing, then I would smash the Seahawks here to destroy them, because without Cooper Kupp, the Rams are nothing.
Yeah, that was like when they were going to the Super Bowl that year and they lost Cooper Kupp, they lost all their momentum and the team kind of. But I'm going to go with the Rams as well. I think with Stafford healthy in his cannon, and the Seahawks, Geno Smith is good, but I don't think they're going to, the way the team is and everything, I think the Rams are going to come out and be able to win that week 1 at +5. Then we have the Dallas Cowboys at -3.5 against the New York Giants.
I think the Cowboys cover the 3.5 here. Cowboys, everybody's down on them because of Dak. People don't really like the way they finished last year, but they They did to make the playoffs and win a playoff game. Giants have a little bit of the drama with Saquon Barkley and the running back contract situation. I think the Dallas with Tony Pollard, and then they added that rookie running back. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I think it's Deuce Vaughn. I think he might be able to provide some punch off the bench. I think Dallas is going to win by neighborhood of 7 to 10ish, and that'll cover the 3.5. So I'd take Dallas here. I think their offense is going to get going. Defense has been playing fairly well. Don't necessarily think you're going to be a playoff run, but I think you're going to take down the Giants week 1.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to go with the Giants and plus 3.5. I think they got that. The Brian Dayball, he's got that. He's got that fighting spirit. He's fired up. He's gonna have them going. I think they're got that New York. I think they're gonna take out Dallas. I think Dak's gonna struggle a bit coming out of the gate. I think Jerry's gonna put too much
Take the
pressure
Giants to
on.
win, or you just saying it at least stays within a field goal?
Giants to win.
Giants to win outright. Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's that money line? Does it say what's the money line?
The money line is if you go FanDuel's minus 105, Caesar Sportsbook is plus 100.
What's it for the Giants money line?
Minus
Plus.
115.
Oh, the Giants aren't even plus on the money line.
Nope.
But
DraftKings is minus 102 for the Giants.
oh wow, so they're an underdog. 3 something, but only minus money. Might as well just take the points then at that.
At Bet365, which I don't recommend, is plus 100 for the Cowboys. And
But
points
then
bet.
so you can get the points and they're minus 110, right? The Giants? At 3.5 minus 110, right? Plus 3.5 minus 110?
No. It's plus 3.5 at minus 120 on Caesars, or plus 3.5 minus 150 on FanDuel.
Oh, so you could get the minus 120, or you go to win and minus 102. That's kind of a toss-up, whether you want those 3.5 points or not. Gives you the luxury of the Cowboys win by a field goal, you get something still.
Yeah. And then we have, last but not least, the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. The Bills are favored at minus 2.5.
Where's the game? Is that Buffalo or New York? Buffalo or
At MetLife.
it's the Jets.
Yeah. And it's the Monday night game.
I'm going Bills to cover the points here.
Bills cover.
Yeah, Bills cover. I think they still just got too much. I think I think Gabe Davis is going to step into a bigger role. I think Stephon Diggs is a lot for them to handle, and
I think
the energy with DeMar Hamlin coming back to the team, playing. He might make a big play on special teams. I think the Bills' energy is just going to be too much.
I think the Bills are going to just come out and crush them.
Yeah, they'll definitely at least cover the 2.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Bills as well. They got, with DeMar coming back, they still got Josh. Like he's gonna come out balling like he always does. Stephon Diggs, they have too many weapons on that team, and plus, I forget who was injured all last year, and they drafted him. Is he still on the team? The defensive player. He was working with management. I forget who it was, but he was a key offensive linebacker, and he was hurt on the Bills on the defense for the most of the year, and he's going to be back this year. I forget who
the Bills.
But that team, and then they have Jordan Poyer. He's a baller cornerback. That Bills defense they're going to go out, and I think that it's going to be a good game, but I think the Bills are going to take it.
All right, let's go. What are your two favorite two picks you would say are the closest thing to a lock week 1, or your best value? Two best values.
Two best values week 1. I would go. The Vikings is a lock
Over the Bucks.
over the Bucks,
Cover that point. Okay.
and the Eagles over the Patriots.
All right. I like the Dolphins money line against the Chargers. I like the value on them to win there since they're a few point underdog, and I think they're going to win. And then I think the Jaguars to cover against the Colts are another. I like the value on that. I don't think the Colts are going to keep it close at all.
Sounds good. All right. Well, that wraps up our show for week 1 NFL predictions and future locks. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheChrisHall_, and this is my co-host John May
At Juan De Mayo.
at
right,
One Day
we'll be-
Mayo on
We'll
Twitter.
be back after middle of week, in between week 1 and week 2 to recap week 1 and preview week 2.
Have a good week, everybody, and get those locks and bets in. And happy Labor Day weekend.
All right. See ya.
Peace.